Okay, so the snowflake community isn't going to like this. But Batman is just a rich boy with the utility belt. Now, I like Batman, okay? I'm going to say I like the original Batman mainly from the original movies, a bit more realistic. But yeah, that's about it. He's just a hero, not a superhero. He doesn't have powers. Like I said, he's just a rich boy with the utility belt. His suit does most of the work. And a lot of people say, but he's a great fighter. He could bench 1,000 pounds and he can curl 350. Yes, he's the strongest man alive at the human level. Spider Man can lift 10 tons. He would destroy Batman. He's faster and everything. He could sense danger. Like, Batman, at the end of the day, he's just a human. That suit's got to come off sometime, guys. And then he's just a regular strong guy with some brains. And people say, but he made his own martial arts style and everything. Okay, that doesn't mean it's going to be the best just because you made it. I can make my own martial arts style. So basically, Batman is just a glorified Sherlock Holmes. But anyways, yeah. Now I like Batman. I like Superman a lot more though, but I mean, I like the original Batman, like the 1980s movies of Batman were fantastic. And yeah, the comics were probably the best version of Batman. That's where he had his strength. But still, if you look at Batman, does it really look like he could bench 1,000 pounds? I mean, you would have to be swole. Like, he's got muscle, but not the biggest muscle. And there are guys that are so beefed up, like humongous, and they're not even benching 1,000 pounds. So Batman is just a bit glorified. And a lot of you might say, well, what about Iron Man? You haven't mentioned Iron Man. He's no different. Iron Man is much smarter, okay? He's tech smart. He builds his own blueprints. He made his suit. He is super, super smart. So I'm just saying, yeah, Iron Man, to me, I like him a lot better. Iron Man is awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, Batman's cool too. But with Batman, he's not designing the same kind of suits that Iron Man is. Iron Man is a lot smarter. Like, the machinery that Iron Man made greatly surpasses what Batman did. So Batman is mainly bases everything off of wealth. Yes, Iron Man is rich too, but Iron Man has the brains to build that. He built a prototype in a secret base. Iron Man did all this. He's literally so smart that you can just put him anywhere and he'll find whatever metal that he can find lying around, create a blueprint and build something out of it. That is insane. That is, to me, that is a great hero. It's still a hero. Not really, I wouldn't really consider it a superhero at the level of powers, but it's still a great hero. But yeah, I think that Iron Man could outsurvive Batman if it came to having to rely on everything himself. Because Iron Man is just much more tech smart than Batman. Batman, yes, he's got intellect, but most of what Batman knows is probably because of Alfred. Alfred is like the true brains behind Batman. So without Alfred's intellect, there's not a whole lot with Batman. I mean seriously. I think Alfred is a true genius because he's the one that gives Batman all his information. So Alfred is like his source of information. He's not just a butler. Alfred is like awesome, guys. But yeah. And then later, Batman needed Robin because things got tough. I like Robin more than Batman because Teen Titans. Come on. Remember the Red X? Robin as the Red X. You guys remember that in Teen Titans? I think it called himself like the Red X, and he had that cool suit. And it was just for one episode, but they should have made a series off of that. That was so cool. But yeah, Batman to me is just the better one, you know. And to be honest, I think in a fight, I think Robin would win. Because remember, guys, he was in a circus and everything. So he had all this training, all the skill sets, making him very athletic. Yeah, he's more athletic than Batman. Batman's just kind of a powerhouse. But yeah, on the human level, that's as far as it goes. I still gotta say though, Iron Man would definitely destroy Batman. Maybe, maybe not without the suit, but not in a fist fight. But seriously, Iron Man, he's just got all that technology, and his suit would blow away Batman's suit. So yeah, Iron Man would win. Okay, hands down, Iron Man. Okay, now let's talk about something else. The Joker has nearly killed Batman several times. The Joker. Whenever it came to Batman, and it seems because the Joker has no muscles. He's skinny, no muscles, and he almost defeated Batman multiple times. How does that happen? Now let's talk about Batman being jealous. He was jealous of Superman. He envied him so much that he branded people his symbol. When you brand people with a hot iron, branding symbols on them, you're no longer a hero. You're now a villain. And remember, what kind of person says vengeance will be mine? That's already dark. To me, a true hero would do justice for the people because he cares about the people and not because he's trying to get revenge on his own personal problems. And that's what Batman did. Batman, he's just jealous and he basically he wanted revenge. Batman wanted revenge because of his family. So he lived to try to get revenge. And then Superman comes along and now he's jealous so much that he's now committing crimes, literally branding people. But also, he takes the law into his own hands. He wasn't given that authority. So now he's a criminal organization. So Batman is now a criminal. I'm just saying, take it or leave it. I mean, you're hearing it first, guys. I'm the source. You don't need the internet. I'm the source. You can still search it up online. But, yeah. So Batman wants to get revenge and everything, and now he's doing all this stuff like they're going to pay kind of thing. And if you even watch the old cartoons, it was so dark. It made Batman look so evil. There was no hero in that. Like, Batman's cool and all, but they always made him seem so dark. Oh, well, he's just mysterious. That's not being mysterious. When you start branding people, you're now evil. You're a villain. So Batman takes the law into his own hands. He wasn't given any of that authority. Batman, why do you think he wears a suit? Because he wants to get away with it. So he's basically almost like a terrorist. He's doing his own thing. Without, he wasn't given the say-so that he could do so. And when you're not given the say-so, you're kind of an evil man. But yeah, I still like Batman. He was cool, like in the classics and stuff, and everything. Even the Heath Ledger movie, the movie with Heath Ledger in it. Batman, yeah, he was cool. He was cool. But one thing that bothered me wasn't that movie based before? Because I remember, I don't know, I think it was that movie. Because why was Two-Face, okay, I think that's the movie, right, with Two-Face, and it's supposed to be based on the beginning. What I don't get is in the movie, how was Two-Face dying, and yet he was in what, Batman Forever, or which movie was it? I forget. The 90s Batman movie, you had Two-Face. How was he in that movie if the one with Heath Ledger, I think it's that one, or maybe it was the one after, but that was supposed to be based before? It's been a while since I've seen the movies, but I really like Heath Ledger. He was really cool. And yeah, Batman was cool in that movie, but if that's the movie that had Two-Face, then they really kind of mixed up the story on how everything played out. So I don't know if it was that one, because in the 90s movies, which was supposed to be based later, you had Two-Face in it. And I think that was the one with Jim Carrey playing as the Riddler. But yeah, it seems like in each story, there's like a different story of Batman. Batman's been changed so many times. The Dark Knight, it's just there's so many versions of Batman. It's just crazy. Batman Begins, remember that was cool. I like the vehicle in that. That was like the beginning with the vehicle and the way. God, I think that was a cooler car than the one he had later. With the big wheels. That was so neat. I like the Batmobile version of that. That was great. But yeah, guys, just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. I know some people are going to get angry. Works for me because the views, right? The views, guys. But seriously, tell me what you think. Like, I like Batman, but I think they overly glorified him. You know, he wasn't given any permission to do the things that he does. And he's got his own little lair, but if that gets found, kind of makes it feel like a criminal. He wasn't given that authority. He just takes the law into his own hands and tries to fight bad guys. But this is all for revenge. Again, he's not doing this because, oh, I love the people so much. I'm going to just, oh my gosh, I'm just going to fight all this evil. No, it's because greed, his own selfishness. But still, classic Batman movies are still the best. The classic ones. It was great, guys. I really like the old ones. And it's cool because they used the older suit. That's when they first had the rubber suit for Batman. And before that, it was just cloth material, old school. Before that, it was just all old school Batman stuff. Thin material, like Halloween costume style. But then you came to the newer, in the 80s, in Batman 1 and 2, it was cool. It was epic. That's when they really changed the Batman suit. And then later, now, like, Batman's suit has changed so many times. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. So I know I rambled a little bit, but yeah. Batman's just a rich boy with the utility belt.